What's up YouTube? It's JB Tech Fanatic and I'm back again with another video. As always, I want to take a second to thank each and every one of you for joining me today. I would be absolutely honored if you'd consider hitting that subscribe button if you have not yet. Don't forget to mash that thumbs up if you like this video and click the notification bell so you know when the latest content drops. Today, I want to talk about something that has far exceeded my expectations, and that is the Netgear X10. This is a router for the power user. And when I say that, I don't say that lightly. This bad boy has blown me away. It has been able to complete tasks in a way that no other router that I have tested has done. So what I have done for you today is I went back out to Best Buy, I grabbed another one. So I'm going to do an unboxing to show you guys everything inside. I'm going to show you also how to hook it up in case you need help with that. And then I will also show you the few tweaks that I made in the settings to, get the best speed. In addition to that, I want to talk about the product itself and help you decide whether or not it's a product for you or not. So to start with a router, the way that I look about it is it has to start at the beginning. What is the speed that you have right now? Or what's the speed you have right now, and are you going to or are you willing to pay the extra money to upgrade it? So if, for example, you have 100 megabyte speed right now and all of a sudden you can get gig service, do you want that? The next thing is, how many smart devices do you have in your home currently? And how many smart devices do you want in your home in the near future? Also, how many people live in your home and could be online at any given time? At that point, how important is it to you that you do not have to deal with buffering, drop signal, or maybe if you're a gamer and you need to download a game, do you have to tell everyone else to get off the internet so it doesn't take 2 days? These are all questions that, again, start at the beginning with the speed that you have. I'm going to go with what I have. So I have gig speed. So 1000 megabits is going to come as a download speed. Now, that is an extremely fast speed. So the next part of it is I'm very techie and I have a lot of smart connected devices. If you've been following my channel, you know that I am basically going through and making everything a smart device and turning my complete house into a smart home. Even in my kitchen, now in my laundry room, I got new videos coming out on the Samsung Flex washer and dryers, the stove, the refrigerator. In addition to Samsung Smart Things with cameras and TVs and consoles and computers, at any given time, 20 something to 40 items can be connected at once. So a product like this that is extremely expensive at $450, I've seen it, as low as $390, is it right for you? If you fall into the category of you have a lot of items, you don't like, having issues with buffering, this is definitely something that I would recommend that you look into. Now, if you have 100 meg speed and you never plan on going past that, I am also a consumer, and my recommendation would be, why waste your money? Now, you can, of course, buy this, but if you only have 100 megabyte speed, in a sense, you're wasting quite a bit of money. Now, you're going to get the extra distance because, the radios are much more powerful, as it seems. I think it looks pretty cool. We'll look at that. It has the newest technology, the AD. Now, that is, obviously going to be the fastest and the best. But if I'm honest, today as we sit, and depending on when you watch this video, basically, we're in August now of 2018. there was one item in my house that actually utilizes the AD right now. So that would protect you for the future, okay? But as far as performance so far, guys, I have been getting, on my cell phone, the max that I can pull out of it, I mean, it's jumped up to almost 600. Again, it's the S9 Plus by Samsung. I can be upstairs, way away from this, and I am still pulling those kind of speeds. Now, if I just compare that to the AC 3200 or 3300, or I think the newer ones, the 4000, don't quote me on that, but the Netgears on my last one in the same spot, upstairs, the furthest distance away, I was pulling about, on a good day, about 200 megabits down, and now I'm pulling 600. So immediately that showed me how much more power this has to transport that bandwidth all the way through these walls and upstairs. So that's important to me. The next issue that completely went away. I have 3 kids and a wife and myself. Again, I have tons of items always connected, but all of us can be streaming at the same time, Netflix, or one of us could be watching Vudu or Netflix. Regardless, we can be streaming 4K video, HDR video. It really doesn't matter. Lightning fast, picks it up, no buffering, we're there. So this right now, before we even get into this video, guys, is an absolute must buy for the power user. There is other options if you don't want to spend the money. That is completely your choice, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Of course there's not. And there is actually lower cost routers that have great signal capabilities as far as getting distance. But my point being right now is, if you're not going to utilize the power, don't spend the $450, but now we're going with the power user. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to unbox this for you, lay it out, I'm going to show you the setup, and then towards the end of the video, we're going to run some speed tests, and we're going to see this thing in action. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. I hope this video helps you. If I miss anything, I'm here for you. Reach out to me in the comments. I am always willing to help anyone that wants help. Thank you, guys. Let's do this. Let's quickly see what we get here. First off, again, you get the QuadStream MU MIMO AC. It has a Plex media server. It has 4 high-performance active antennas. It also has a quad-core 1.7 gigahertz processor. And then, as you can see, 802.11 AC QuadStream plus 802.11 AD Wi-Fi. It looks like you can get up to 4600 plus 1733 plus 800 Mbps. So basically, all of these combined is how they give you these really high numbers, but each channel basically puts out a different amount. Again, guys, remember that the newest 802.11 AD is a very, it's a new technology, but what I have noticed is there's just not a lot of stuff that use it yet. But it doesn't mean that you don't want to upgrade, because of course it protects the future, but this is just a beast regardless of the AD function. So quickly here, this box is very heavy duty, but you got some stickers here that you just need to cut, and then this whole package just simply slides out. As you can see, it's starting to come out here, but they did a really good job with this product as far as packaging goes. So let's just get this off. Now, when you're setting this up, a few things to keep in mind. Positioning, of course, is crucial, and you can switch the SSID to whatever you're currently using. That way, all you have to do is turn this on and all of your items should automatically connect back to it. So change it, the name of it, to be exactly the same as your old one, and put the password the same, and you're in business without a big nightmare. Because if you have a lot of items like me, it could take you a long time to reconnect them individually. And then we're going to open up the box. Here she is. So again, this is a huge product. It's very heavy, but I am all about performance. I do not care what my router looks like. I know that companies are going for small, but again, guys, it's all about power. That's all you should care about. Who cares what it looks like as long as it is just a spec beast. Very quickly, I just wanted to show you guys this portion. Again, it just goes over the benefits. Also, it tells you that it has 6 gigabit Ether LAN ports to connect more wired devices, high speed. It's got a 10G LAN SFP plus port for fast network attached storage access, 2 USB 3.0s. Then, of course, you got Amazon Cloud Backup, and then the Netgear app, which is actually a great app, and I'll show you that. And that's basically what it talks about. And then that it's on 60 gigahertz. The 802.11 AD is, of course, supposed to be the fastest. And then the Plex media server. So we'll go ahead and pull this out for now. Continues on the nice packaging. And basically, this is just cardboard to hold the router in place. The first envelope here is full of books. If you have any questions about setup, it's got a quick start guide in there. And then you get one more box here. Now this box, again, is nothing. But this one here is going to have your Ethernet and your power cable. So let's lay this all out and look at it closer. All right, so here's everything laid out. Not a lot in the box. Briefly, you can see all your indicators are right on the front of the router. The 4 antennas, they also have lighting, really nice blue illuminated lighting that kind of goes down. When you set this up, you actually want to leave these antennas as you see here. That is the best position and actually the recommended position by Netgear. Remember, Wi-Fi is like a bubble. So when you're setting it up and you're finding your location, remember that it's like one big bubble, so you want to have it in a good centralized location. You don't want brick walls around, you don't want mirrors around, microwave or other cordless phones, things that interfere with your signal. This is all so you can get the best speed and signal available and possible. Again, you also can do the channel analyzer and pick the best one for your particular house. There's not a lot except, it's kind of a see-through mesh here. You could see the processors. The bottom has good ventilation, and then back here I'm just protecting myself. But this will give you all the information you need if you ever get locked out of your router. They have the stock password, the reset button, the on and off switch for the lighting here is all on the back. Again, and there is a power button. This can also all be controlled through the app except for the power button. However, you can restart it. But let's talk about what the best setup is to get the best signal in your house. So from the back, we got 6 Ethernet ports. 2 of them have link aggregation, as you can see. Otherwise, each port will give you gig speed. You can use number 1 and 2 as independent gig Ethernet ports. On the left side here, we have the LED on and off switch. On the right side, we have the power switch, and then, of course, the power cable. And then don't forget here, right hidden beneath of this, and you can see the blue lights right here, but if I can get this out of the way here for us, let's see. You can put your 10 gig LAN SFP Plus right there, and you are ready to go. We're hooked up. Let's take a look at how to work the software, and I'll show you exactly what I have mine set at, and then we'll talk about the speed test and everything that I have experienced with this router. So we got it plugged in and powered on. I wanted you guys to be able to see the lights, and also all the way on the far right you have your WPS button. So if you want to do quick connect that way, you can. And now it's time to go ahead, find the network that's being broadcasted. Again, it will be on the top right there or the back, and we want to connect to it. All right, so it's time to set it up. First thing that I want you to do is download the Netgear Nighthawk app. It's the black app. Go ahead and download it. And once you're there, we're going to go through each step. Now, to make this easier on you, I'm going to do it with you here, but I'm going to show you screenshots so you can get a clearer view. So the first thing that we want to do, download the app, and then we're going to go through the setup process. So once you open the app, let me back up a little bit. First, you're going to find your ID. So whatever ID you have on the front of your router, go ahead, pull down the top bar, and connect yourself to it. Now, once that's complete, go ahead and open up the Nighthawk app. Now, as you can see here, this is the front screen. You should be connected to it at this point. And then you're going to go to New Setup. Click on New Setup. After that, you're going to get this next screen connecting to your router. Then it's going to connect and it's going to say Router Detected. And then the next step, it's checking for the internet. And then now it should say Router is now active. So we're doing good. We're on the page where you can change. As I said earlier in the video, it says Create Wi-Fi Network. So right here, your SSID, you can change it to whatever you want it to be. Now, if you're coming from another one, this is a great opportunity. Go ahead and make sure that you input it exactly as it was before, meaning if it was lowercase, it needs to stay that way. And of course, if it's capital letters or whatever with numbers, make sure it's exactly it. Then put in your password. Once you're done with that, as you can see here, there's a little switch and it says use the same password for the admin login. You can go ahead and do that or not, but this is so that you can log into the router from your browser and you can actually do some more setup, which we're going to go through the setup here in a minute. So the next part is logging into your router through the app. As you can see now, it's going to say admin, and then go ahead and put in the password. Click remember me if you want. Then you're going to have to set up your security questions. These are just in case you get locked out and you need to get back in. So go ahead and do that. Now it's going to go back to the connecting of the SSID that you picked. So if it's Netgear 10, you're going to see it here saying connecting to Netgear 10. Now it's going to check for your firmware, and it's either going to update it or it's going to say it's up to date, and then it's going to give you the setup is complete. Very simple. Congratulations, you're ready to go. Go ahead and hit finish. And now what we're going to want to do is, I got my tablet here. You could do it from your phone, your tablet, it doesn't matter, but you want to go a little bit differently. So if you're going to pull up your Wi-Fi, so now you have your name, let's just say it's Netgear 10. Go ahead and pull down from the top if you're using the phone, or go ahead and click the options on your Wi-Fi if you're on a laptop or tablet or computer. Go ahead and pick it, put in your password. And what you're going to do is you're going to see the little number down at the bottom here, and you're going to go, and I'll show it up on the screen, but click on that number. And as soon as you click on the number, it's going to drag you into your browser, and it's going to ask for your admin. So you're going to put in admin and then the password. Once you're there, you're going to be on the Netgear Genie screen. Now, this has a lot more options than the app has as far as being able to change the configurations of your router. So to show you exactly what I have, we're going to go into the Wi-Fi settings. Now, as you can see here, we are in advanced Wi-Fi settings, or wireless settings. In the top, what I want you guys to do is I want you to make sure that you are on automatic for the 2.4 gigahertz. You can decide here whether or not you want to shut off one or all of your channels. Maybe at 1 o'clock in the morning you want everything to shut off and then turn back on. You can go ahead and change all of that right here. So at the very bottom, there is a few options that says like keep existing wireless settings with the WPS. Make sure that those are all marked. And now what I want you to do is there's 3 more boxes down here. One of them is not checked, and it says enable HT160. Go ahead and check that box. Next, up at the top, you'll see a green box that says apply. Go ahead and hit apply. Now it might take a few seconds or maybe a minute or two. Let that go ahead and do that. And now we're going to go to one more stage, and we're going to go stay in advanced, and then on the left side all the way down at the bottom you're going to see your Ethernet port. So go ahead and click that, and I'm showing it to you here, but this is where you can actually enable ports 1 and 2. So you can leave this disabled or enabled. Now if you're not going to use it, which it just kind of depends on what kind of stuff you're into, whether or not you're going to use it, but you could turn it on or off. I have mine enabled, but it's up to you. But if you want to shut it off, go ahead and do that, and then hit apply. After that, we're going to go into the wireless screen under basic. Now, there's a couple things that you can do here. One, you can also change your SSID and your password. In addition to that, what you want to make sure is done is the 2.4 gigahertz. Make sure it's on up to 800. Turn that on, and then put that channel to auto. The next section is the 5 gigahertz. Now, I use channel 153 where I am at. It works the best. It's the least crowded. But again, using the analyzer and finding the right channel is, the best thing to do. Now, this is a beautiful router because it has some extra channels that are not available on a lot of other routers. So go ahead and pick those if you'd like. It does say that they can kick you off at any time. I'm assuming that it's some sort of channel that they don't have full air rights to. So you kind of have to deal with that. But if you are in a very crowded area, it might be an option. Otherwise, try 153. And then what you're going to see is you're going to see that 802.11 AD. Now, there's not really much to choose from. You're going to get the channel 2 and then up to 4.6 gigabits. So lightning fast, and you can have this as number 2. So if you have Netgear 10-1 for your 5 gigahertz, then you can have Netgear-1-2 or whatever you want for this particular channel. Now this channel, again, is not going to be something that you're going to find that's going to be used a lot right now. But when it is, or you have something that's compatible with it, this is going to be your best option. So if you find something that is compatible with the new standards, 802.11 AD, that would be the channel that you connect to specifically. Going back to the top, they have Smart Connect. Now, Smart Connect is basically, I personally don't like it. Now, I liked on the other router that I had the ability to have 2 5 gigahertz channels, and then it kind of prioritizes based off of traffic. But this particular one shares the 2.4 gigahertz. So you have to have your SSID the same name. The passwords have to be the same. And what will happen is based off of what this thinks is the best connection, speed, performance, and strength as far as Wi-Fi signal, that would do it automatically for you. So if you want to use that and it's just something you want to set up and don't worry about, go ahead and click that box. If you don't want to, don't click it. But when you're done doing all of this, hit apply, and now you're set with this. And we're ready to move on. The next thing is the quality of service. So here's something that is very useful if you have internet speed, 300 or less. Basically what this does is it prioritizes traffic. And really for gaming and video streaming, it's the best. this will make sure that you're getting the most bandwidth for using it for that item. So, you know, if someone's just surfing the web, they're going to get, you know, less speed than someone that's streaming Netflix. You can have this on or off. With gig speeds, I usually keep it off. But in order to enable it, you want to run the speed test here, and it's going to give you the numbers that it's pulling. And this is the tough part, guys, because as we know, depending on who you're pinging off of, speed tests might show slower speeds than you're actually getting. So you can also define your own bandwidth. The only problem with this is if you put too much, it cannot increase something you don't have. So if you put way more than you actually get, then it can cause problems because it's trying to distribute more speed than is actually available. So my suggestion is this: if you have gig, keep it off. If you have less than that, turn it on and go ahead and just let the speed test pick. And I would do it with nothing running on the internet, and don't do it during prime time traffic, you know, like 5 o'clock when everyone's getting off of work. That's the worst time to do it. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump back to the Netgear app because there's two things that I want to show you here on the Netgear app. One of the things that I really love about it is that you have the ability to pause and resume your internet signal. Now, to do this, you would go to, as you can see here, you're going to go back into the app and you're going to go to the connected devices. Now, right now, I got 25 devices connected, and you can see that it says pause or resume. With a simple switch, you can actually block something from connecting to the internet. This is great if you have kids and you want to stop them, or if you're not getting enough speed in your bedroom or whatever and you need to get something done and maybe you only have 50 megs or 100 megs. You can block everybody but yourself right here with the touch of a switch. Beautiful. I love it, and it works really well, and it's very easy to use. All right, guys, that's it. That's what I use. It's that easy to set up. Now, the last thing I want to say, and I just want to re-emphasize this, is location, location, location. Make sure that you have your router in an open area as best as to your ability. So a lot of people don't ever think that you can be far away from your modem. But take into consideration, if you want to move your router far away from your modem, you can go on maybe Amazon and get yourself, you know, a 25 or 50 foot Ethernet cable, and you can put, you know, your router in your kitchen or upstairs or whatever you want to do. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the short yellow cord right next to your modem. So that is an option that you can utilize, and it can help you really get good spacing. You know, if you want to mount it on the wall, you just basically remember it's kind of like the bubble. So think about your house and where it's sitting and how to cover all of your devices in the best position for that. So let's just jump in. I'll show you a few speed tests and then we'll wrap this up.
All right, so we'll do a few speed tests. Let's go ahead and do this. For some reason I got not so great upload, but I usually only sit around 37. So basically we'll move around. Sorry about the background noise. I just kind of wanted to show you guys the speed test before we finish up this video. Now, so far, you know, this is on a cell phone, and guys, this is just a great router. So it looks like the upload's back. So we're getting 9, 18, 38, and 37. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I will do one live so you guys can actually see. And then, of course, I'll leave these screenshots up for you. So right now, I'm my furthest distance. I'm upstairs. I got the 28 devices connected. And I am on, actually right now what I'm using for the test is the Note 8. And as you can see, I'm getting 447. And then I should be getting around, you know, 37 to 39 upload speed. Now, bear in mind, there is one problem with this app, and that is the maximum allotted. Let me show you. So the maximum allotted, as you can see, is 500. Now, I did get one out of it for 628. You know, again, this varies by who you're pinging off of. But the bottom line is this, guys. I mean, if you think of it on the scale of if you didn't have that many items hooked up. I mean, right now my kids are home, they're streaming, they're on their tablets, and I'm doing this on purpose because I'm trying to give you guys a real world test what it would be like in your house. So virtually this thing is just putting lights out. Now imagine also that you're actually on the latest technology, the AD technology. I mean, I'm just on the basic 5 gigahertz network. As you can see, I'm on Wi-Fi. And this is just great, guys. Highly recommended. Go grab this if you want lights out performance. Bottom line, the X10 is the router to beat right now.
That concludes the Netgear X10. This, in my opinion, is definitely a must-buy. It's a great product, and I have had spectacular results. I just want to stop and just finish by saying life is so short. Go out and do something good for someone today. Make someone smile. Don't forget to love your family, love your neighbors, love your friends. Live each day to the fullest. Let's take care of each other, guys. I just want you to know I am here for you for all things tech. I do YouTube for you and you only. So if you have questions or comments, definitely reach me in the comment section. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at JBTechFanatic. I just want to say thank you. I would be honored if you would consider subscribing if you have not. And I can't wait to talk to you guys in the comment section. Until then, I'm JB Tech Fanatic. I'll see you in the next video.